Vinay Prabhu to come forward and to say something about His Holiness Charu Swami. Very well.
Hare Krishna. For those who follow me, the mic be about a hand away from the mic. Those people here. So first of all, very nicely spoken. It's so nice to see how you have matured, and it was a very nectarine talk. Thank you very much. So I would like first of all to offer my condolences with all the disciples of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. I would like to offer my condolences to all the disciples of Bhakti Charu Maharaj. He lives in his instructions, and as he never left ISKCON, so if you want to be a worthy disciple of him, you should never leave ISKCON and try to use your energy in bringing non-devotees to become devotees of Krishna. As he was telling us that Bhakti Charu Swami was very kind to all his godbrothers, to all devotees, but to his disciples he was very, very strict. Several of his disciples told me that. And I want to keep it short because so many want to have to speak. So my last remembrance of him was I was invited to perform in Calcutta in a stadium with 60,000 people at the celebration of Prabhupada's departure to Boston. And when I arrived at the airport, my suitcase didn't arrive. So I didn't have clean clothes, I didn't have a razor. And normally, as you can see, I always dress as nice as I can. Because Prabhupada said, you eat for yourself, but you dress for others. So I arrived there, and I went to the temple in Calcutta, and the person who invited me was already gone. So I asked the Brahmacharis, please give me a dhoti and a kurta, please. Of course, they were all wrinkled, and so I thought, what the heck? You know, it's a stadium with 60,000 people. No one sees that I'm not shaved and that my clothes are wrinkled. But little did I know, there was cameras all around zooming into me, and there were big screens all over the stadium. So I was they saw everything. So after the performance, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, he was sitting on the front row. He came all the way to the side. He gave me a big hug with a big smile, and he said he liked it so much. And then a few days later he said, the next day you perform, you should dress a little nice. Bhakti Charu Maharaj ki! So please follow in his footsteps and try to give at least 10% of what he gave to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I would like to invite His Grace Srilaka Prabhu now. So Prabhu will say something on behalf of the GBC. So Prabhu will speak now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Krishna Bhakti Charu Samurti Namane. So I would read thank you so much. I will read the message from His Grace Hriday Chaitanya Prabhu and His Grace Madhu Sevita Prabhu. I can just hold it like this. Yeah, better. Hare Krishna. So I'll read from His Grace Hriday Chaitanya Prabhu first. Dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. Our Guru Srila Prabhupada. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami's sudden departure has left an empty space in my heart. Up to the last moment, I was praying and hoping that Maharaj would be able to overcome this disease. I was always cherishing his association because it filled me with warmth, with the feeling of a close family member that was always there for me when something would go wrong. A hug from Maharaj was a booster in my bhakti. Maharaj's outstanding spiritual status, his deep love for Srila Prabhupada, his imbibed and realized Vaishnava culture, his loving care touches deeply my heart. We can see from the reactions of so many devotees from all over the world who have been touched by Maharaj's love in Krishna consciousness. Because Maharaja was able to expand his heartfelt feelings for all the devotees, God brothers and disciples, that's why so many devotees rightly feel they have a deep connection with Maharaj. Maharaj, while speaking of his realizations and pastimes of Srila Prabhupada, brought us always in direct connection with the mood and the teachings of His Divine Grace. By what I feel, I can understand what the disciples are going through. Our solace and the solace of the disciples is that if we continue the process of Krishna consciousness, there is never a separation from the spiritual master. As to the question why this happened to our dearmost Bhakti Charu Swami, Srila Prabhupada explains in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 16th chapter, 37th verse, when something is arranged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one should not be disturbed by it, even if it appears to be a reverse according to one's calculations. For example, sometimes we see a powerful preacher being killed. One should simply understand that in these matters there must be some plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. I'll read from His Grace Mother Sevita Prabhu now. Dear sons and daughters of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, dear grandsons and granddaughters of Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and to his most beloved son Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. The pain you are feeling within the core of your heart is both purifying and sublime. It is a separation form of your love for Maharaj and the essence of your pure devotional service. Srimati Radharani has arranged for this transcendental suffering to make you more and more attached to her, intimate servant, so that your deep sense of missing him will pull you back home, back to Godhead when the time will come. How I wish I were still devastated the same way I was when Srila Prabhupada left this world. Instead, I spent so many days and years petrified in routine activities that robbed me of my feelings of separation from him. What counts is how much you love your spiritual master. The illusion created by material time will soon vanish, and the eternal nature of the association of devotees will ever triumphantly shine in your hearts, casting away the sense of loss for your beloved spiritual master. Rest assured, your Gurudeva will never be lost to you and you will never be lost to him. For now, please take shelter of his remembrance and stay actively engaged in the service of Srila Prabhupada's movement as he would want you to do. We are here to help you and serve you. No one can replace him in your heart, especially because the level of sweetness he carried was unprecedented, but we will try our best to help you remember him. Yours in the service of Srila Prabhupada and my beloved God brother, Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. By Mother Sevita Prabhu. Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. I have one more offering by our dear and respected Ananda Swarup Prabhu. Prabhuji is in elderly group, so he couldn't make it today, but he has sent his message. Let's quickly read it. Thank you for the invitation to participate in Sunday's program in remembrance of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Due to my old age, I fall in the highest COVID pandemic risk category and I am advised by my doctors to avoid gatherings. Although I will be unable to attend in person, please convey to the devotees in general and Maharaj's disciple in particular my deepest condolences. Maharaj and I are very old friends ever since he came to Mayapur in 1976. He was very close to our Srila Prabhupada and I am certain he has joined him in his Nitya Leela. I pray that Maharaj will beg Srila Prabhupada for his blessings to continue our efforts to establish his wishes for his mission in this world. Dasosmi Anandasarup Prabhu is also told that if any disciples of Bhakti Charu Maharaj would like to go and speak with him personally, he can share much more memories. Bhakti Charu Maharaj ki jai. I have only a couple of sentences from my side. Please. Bhakti Charu Maharaj was always about bringing devotees together, and today seeing the crowd here, we see devotees from all over Netherlands. So Maharaj, even in his departure, has showed us and has practically achieved this union of devotees from Den Haag, from Rotterdam, from Boxtel, from Eindhoven, from everywhere, from Amsterdam. So thank you so much. From the Temple Board of Amsterdam, we really like to thank you for coming and participating in this program. Let's remember Maharaj's instruction and come together more often. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. We are going to continue with the glorifications because the time is running out. So maybe I have a request to all the devotees who are going to speak to keep it short, like 5 minutes, so then we can carry on with the program. So I would like to invite Shama Priyamata to come to the front and to say something about Guru Maharaj. If the devotees has problem to say something in English, you can also do it in Dutch. So in that way you can convey your message about Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna. I want to also mention something, that there is some inspection of handhaving, that are some people from the gemeente who are checking if we are keeping the social distance. So the people who are families, they can maybe stay together, but the other devotees who are not family, please keep the distance, otherwise we can get a fine or maybe stop this program. So our request on behalf of the temple board to keep distance. I would like to invite Shama Priyamata to say something.
Allereerst, my dear ISKCON Maharaj and Prabhupada. With a heavy heart and tears in my eyes, I heard that you left this planet. I never told you will die, which is a real idea. It feels as if you are there somewhere, doing a retreat or singing, and tomorrow I will see a message from the SC servant from you. You are so magnanimous. You choose your words so perfect. Your speech is so gentle. Everything you do so perfect. I'm sorry. I always admire the way you speak to people. The first thing, when you see someone, you ask, when did you come? Are you situated? How are you situated? If you have a good place to stay, have you eaten? He is so personally taking care of everyone. Everything you do with utmost care and love. Every detail you has your full attention. Also giving so much love and attention to everyone. I think your motto was, nothing but my best is good enough. I had so many things to tell you. But now it's too late. I'm so sorry that I have not to go on without. I have to go on without you. Your Vaku presence, I mean. Oh, my dear Guru Maharaj, I hope you are happy where you are, enjoying with everyone in the spiritual sky, with your godbrothers, Srila Prabhupada, Shirari Shamsundar, and everyone. I still have pain in my heart and tears in my eyes. Please keep an eye on me, and thank you for giving me shelter at your lotus feet. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for everything. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Shamapriya Mataji, for sharing your wonderful message about the His Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. I would like to invite Gopakanya Mata from Boxtel to say something about Guru Maharaj. Please, Mataji, you already. Please say something about Guru Maharaj.
कृष्ण ज्ञान निरंजस्य ज्ञानंजन समापय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिचारु स्वामी नाम स्नेहचरस्पुनिकलाभं Guru Maharaj, all glories to you, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for Guru Maharaj for blessing us at every moment. When you are present here, I feel the same presence of yours in my heart when I'm deep in meditating you. But still, it is really, really too much for us to believe that your work form is no more. As a lot of senior devotees are talking about Gurudev, that their associations with Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, we actually, Guru Maharaj knows everything, and you all the devotees here also knows. We are especially myself and my husbands are the full number one, I think, in the whole world as Guru Maharaj's disciples. But still, he is so merciful, so merciful. You are embodiment of merciness, Guru Maharaj. You lifted us. What we are today is everything what you have cultivated us. We have not. There are many senior devotees, senior god brothers and sisters, all these god brothers. But still, we are so neophyte, but still we have a lot to share to the devotees, and we have a lot of care and love that Gurudev has given to us. Actually, he just loved only. We are full number one. As a small child, just to say that once Guru Maharaj says that you don't have to do a lot, just you say, Krishna, I love you, Prabhupada, I love you. That I made up actually. Guru Maharaj, I have nothing to offer to you, but still I will say that I love you. And then one thing, in front of all devotees here, I have to say that, some say that we are disciples of Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, but still I am not your disciple. You have just accepted. You are my Gurudev, but I don't know how many lifetimes it takes to say that I am his disciple. I will qualify to become his disciple. He's so caring, so loving. He's so personal. He's so really personal. He has taken care of my children as his grandchildren. He's always personified as a father to me. The first instructions, when it is on 2002, we have a seminar in Gouda about nectar of success. And Gurudev was there. It was our first meeting. Before that, my husband has already met Guru Maharaj, and yes, in 2000, but I came in 2002, and we met there. And Guru Maharaj was so happy to see me there, and yes, that was my 25th year's birthday, and then he has celebrated there with all my brothers and god sisters. And later in the evening, Guru Maharaj called us in his room, and he was asking us how we are living here in Netherlands, because my husband came here through Red Cross and as a refugee here, and then our living is here, what we have and what problems we have and how we are accommodating in Netherlands. And he was so personal, and he asked my husband that we can come to Italy and he will give the initiations to us. We were so happy. And then Brahma, actually we have to be qualified to get initiations like recommendations and all papers and all works. But Brahma, he never asked us any recommendation. He just called my husband to Italy. We went there in 2002 August, and he got his first initiation. And Guru Maharaj instructed me first, because I came from Sri Vaishnava background, and I asked Gurudev that I need to be initiated again or not. Guru Maharaj just asked me, you take Prabhupada as your Siksha Guru and study his books, then you will understand it all. I took his instructions with my heart. I had heard of Srimad Bhagavatam. I read Bhagavad Gita, and we had never heard of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I prayed to Srila Prabhupada, and I started reading actually Chaitanya Charitamrita first, and day by day I finished Chaitanya Charitamrita first, and after that I went. In the meantime, I studied also Bhagavad Gita as it is, and also Srimad Bhagavatam. I have taken Guru Maharaj's instructions with heart. I feel this. I never say that it is my husband's guru. I feel it. I find myself say he is my guru. And then I have taken his instructions with my heart. I studied books. I know all Prabhupada's books. I get more and more addicted with everything, and I also. I also wrote in between everything what I was feeling about Prabhupada and to Guru Maharaj. I was very much happy, very happy. And in 2006, actually without Guru Maharaj's permission, it was on Guru Maharaj's Vyas Puja day, my husband went to Ujjain to celebrate, and I was at home. And then I feel suddenly that I need to, from that day, I have to take his pranam mantra. So I just started taking his pranam from Guru Maharaj. And then I wrote to Guru Maharaj. He was happy. He told that whenever you feel that you are qualified, or whenever you feel that you feel okay to get initiation, I will give you initiation whenever you like. He was so caring, so loving. He never looked for my qualifications or anything. He's just merciful, because he knows that I am the most fallen. And then in 2010, Guru Maharaj came here in Netherlands, and we asked for Guru Maharaj for prasadam. And I was a bit afraid that because I didn't take initiation, most of the others are initiated, and I heard that sannyasis take prasadam only the initiated devotees. But Guru Maharaj just accepted my invitation, and he was very happy that I could for him. He came for prasadam. He has to go to Radha there, so he came to prasadam to us. We didn't stay that time. And next year, in 2010, Guru Maharaj called me to Malaga. So actually my husband has already given me the ticket to go for the retreat. So I went to retreat, and it was on Gopalata Goswami's disappearance day. That was last week only. And then Guru Maharaj has initiated me in front of the devotees and the deities. I was the only one, and there was many, around 500 devotees on that day, and without fire sacrifice. Guru Maharaj has initiated me, and I was the only girl to be. I was only a disciple to be initiated. So Guru Maharaj has given me the initiation and with his name, and just it was so loving, you know. Guru Maharaj just, he looked at me and he said, "Are you happy now?" He gave me name Gopakanya, and he just looked at me and, "Are you happy now?" I was always happy with Guru Maharaj. But Guru Maharaj, that look and that compassion was never to be forgotten. Never to be forgotten. And then again in 2012, Guru Maharaj came to Holland, and then again my husband was always enthusiastic to serve Guru Maharaj, though there are many senior devotees, but they also has heard our request. So Guru Maharaj came to Boxtel. We have done a big program in a big hall, and it was very nice. And Guru Maharaj always says that, like, unity, he will never, most of the time Guru Maharaj doesn't like that we get together, our own God brothers and sisters only. He told that you include everybody. ISKCON is our family. You include everybody. He brings, and he always says that actually it was on 2002 that with Guru Maharaj's permission we started, because that year Guru Maharaj gave the initiation to my husband, first initiation, and with his permission we started Namata Boxtel, and Guru Maharaj, my husband, keep on reporting Guru Maharaj every year. He has written the resolutions of what is going on in Namata Boxtel. So Guru Maharaj was so happy, and he was always asking us, don't bring all Indian backgrounds or Hindu background to your Namata. Try to bring all devotees, all the others also. So mostly in our Namata we have also the Dutch new devotee, the new people coming. So Guru Maharaj was always happy to see that, and also to read our reports, what we have said, what my husband has said, and yeah, the Guru Maharaj was always, and then when Guru Maharaj was giving initiation, first initiation to my husband, he had his this Upavit, when we get Brahmin initiation, men get this traits, Brahmin traits, because he came from Kshatriya background in India, and then so he had already that Upavit when he was getting initiation, and he asked Gurudev whether he has to carry with that or not. Guru Maharaj said, "You just carry with that, I'll give you second initiation soon." And in 2010 he gave me the initiation, and he called me that today in front of devotees and the deities I'm giving you first initiation, so come to Ujjain and then I'll give you second initiation. So Guru Maharaj gave me with my husband together in 2015. Guru Maharaj has blessed us with second initiation in Ujjain, and even Guru Maharaj has blessed us with a very nice apartment there in Ujjain with the devotee community, and Guru Maharaj has big hope that we will come in the future back to Ujjain and then serve there devotees of deities. So I request all devotees here, if you ever go to Ujjain, you take our apartment and use it, stay there. It is a big holy place. It's a very nice holy place in Ujjain, where Krishna Balaram went to schools there for Sandipani Muni ashrams, and Mahakal Dev, so temple is there. So all on behalf of Ujjain devotee, I welcome all devotees here. Please come to Ujjain and see our beautiful deities, Radha, Madana Mohan, Lalita Devi, Sakha Devi. Very nice, beautiful, gorgeous temple we have there in Ujjain, what Guru Maharaj have built and given to us to ISKCON. So I request all devotees here, please, all devotees, I'm offering obeisances to all yours, each and everyone's lotus feet, that please guide us, that we live as Guru Maharaj says and all senior devotees says, to stay in ISKCON and serve ISKCON and be with the devotees associations. So please bless us. We are so neophyte, we are so foolish, and we are nobody actually. We are made of Guru Maharaj's mercy only. So please give us mercy. And I don't want to miss what my Guru Maharaj has given to us, how he has blessed to us, and I guess all devotees also. Please be compassionate to us all the time. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bapak Kanyamata, for your nice events and realizations with Guru Maharaj. I would like to invite Nirna Radhika Mata to say something about Guru Maharaj, because I know if Mata gives lectures at Rotterdam or other centers, she always has to say something about Guru Maharaj. So I like to invite her. If Mata, if you have problem to say something in English, you can also do it in Dutch.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. My obeisance to Srila and Guru Maharaj. I met Guru Maharaj in 1994, and I was involved in the Namhata of Raghunath Prabhu and not in ISKCON. I was sitting in the Namhata, and that was it. But, it was gradually I started to chant my rounds, but not 60 rounds. I didn't have the energy to chant the 60 rounds after my work. I was doing service in Amsterdam Temple with the devotees of the Namhata, and it was very nice. It was in 2001 when some devotees, they asked me to go to Radhatir for the Vyaspuja of Charu Swami. Then no, I don't want to go. I have to go to my work. I like my work. I don't want to go. But they was pushing me, say, come, it's Vyaspuja. Okay, say, okay, I will go. And when I went there, the hall was very full with devotees from everywhere. And Guru Maharaj was speaking about Srila Prabhupada and about chanting. I already read the Lila Amrit of Srila Prabhupada, but when he was, it touched my heart about how his love for Srila Prabhupada, and about we should chant the Mahamantra, and he inspired me to start to chant 16 rounds. And I was very happy about that. And after that, Shamapriya was after my life, when we would take initiation. She said, no, I'm not ready for initiation. And she was pushing and pushing. She said, stop with that. I don't want to take initiation. And it was on that day in Radha days when I heard Guru Maharaj, I accept him in my heart as my guru. So when I is so far for accept the guru, take initiation, it will be Charu Swami. In 2003, I went to Italy with the devotees for Vyas Puja of Guru Maharaj. I never knew who the person, Charu Swami was. But I saw there how humble he was. The Prabhu was standing in a queue to wash his feet. And after two of the devotees only washed his feet, the third one is on, to the turn of the third one. And Guru Maharaj said, no, it's enough. And the Prabhu started to cry. So after I was very surprised at what happened, what is going on here. And after the Vyas Puja ceremony, Guru Maharaj explained why he didn't like the ceremony like washing his feet. And it was in 2004, I went to Mayapur for the Panchatattva installation, and I had already my recommendation for initiation, but I didn't take the initiation. And Shama Priya was going on. Why don't you take initiation? Okay, and I'm saying this because please don't waste your time. When you already know, if you a guru, I want to take initiation from that guru, please don't waste your time, because we always think for your guru is there. We take everything for granted, but suddenly you don't know what's going to happen. So in 2007, I was traveling to the Dham, and with in Kartik in Vrindavan. The first time I went to Vrindavan to also to with the devotees, I was very surprised and touched when I saw the love of Prabhupada's disciples, the God brothers. And I think, why is that not in Holland like that? It was, and every time when I went to the dhams, and I'm seeing that the Prabhupada's disciples, the God brothers, sisters, it was very touching. And it was in 2007 I take my initiation, and after 2 years my first seminar, and then I experienced Guru Maharaj. He can be very angry, because the session of the seminar was in the morning and after lunch, and after the lunch we put to rest for 2 hours, and the devotees were going to it was in a city in Malaga, and we could take rest. But when the lecture started, Guru Maharaj was giving the lecture, and devotees came late in the class, and he was so angry. He said, "Why I'm here, I'm sitting here, I'm on time to give the lecture, and why are you coming so late in the lecture? When you are going to a movie, to watch a movie, you're never late. Why are you coming late in the lecture?" And unfortunately, I'm seeing the same thing happen here in the temples. And after that, I'm so I'm so glad that I attend Guru Maharaj's seminars, because that is the best association you can have of your Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj was when the first time I think Ramakrishna Goswami Maharaj gave him the order to give a lecture in the temple in Vrindavan, and he was very shy. He was sitting with his head giving the lecture, and after that, gradually Guru Maharaj became such an excellent preacher. I read many books. I'm still reading about Prabhupada also. Prabhupada could see he was in the heart of his disciples. And that was also with Guru Maharaj. When Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada decided to give him the sannyas initiation very soon, His Holiness Ramakrishna Goswami asked Prabhupada, "Why are you giving this young devotee so soon sannyasi initiation?" And Prabhupada, his answer was, "I am seeing the purity in him. You don't." Guru Maharaj, I think I came more to know about my Guru Maharaj when he was in the hospital, and his God brothers, all the homage, all the memories from his God brothers. His Holiness Radhanath Swami, Sachinanda Swami. It's touching my heart. I think I came more to know about my Guru Maharaj when I'm listening to the love for Guru Maharaj. And it is true, Guru Maharaj, his smile, his laughter, his whole personality, extraordinary personality. It was 6 July. I was wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Guru Maharaj was in the hospital. I was so every morning when I couldn't, I said, I don't want to know what is happening there in Florida in the hospital. I was very afraid to read the message. And the 6th July, I wake up in the 3 o'clock in the morning, and I fell asleep again. Guru Maharaj came in my dream. It was in a brick hall. We were preparing for the nursing puja in Rotterdam. And we were waiting for Amar Indra and the Pujari. And suddenly Guru Maharaj came in the hall and was looking the same way as I saw him the first time in 1994. And I wake up, I was very afraid. What is going to happen with Guru Maharaj? I had hope that Guru Maharaj will came, he will be soon get well. It is very difficult. And it is, yeah, we know the one is very important. But when the one who is not there, it's very difficult. Mataji, you know that also. So my request is to all devotees, if you already have a guru, a guru, you want to take initiation, please don't waste your time. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Nirmala Radhika Mata, for your realizations about Guru Maharaj. I would like to invite Mataji. We have a visitor from London, and her name is Prajamata. I've heard she's also a disciple of Guru Maharaj. So I would like to invite Mataji to say something about Guru Maharaj.
Thank you for the opportunity to Hare Krishna. I live half in Amsterdam and half in London. So it's better. Thank you for the opportunity to hear from all of you. I met Gurudev when I was 14. I was at the manor and I saw him cutting a birthday cake with somebody, and I thought, wow, how can a guru with thousands of disciples have time to remember somebody's birthday and take time to cut a birthday cake? And what I ended up seeing was that was actually his mood with not just his disciples but with everybody, to have such a personal relationship. And like some of you mentioned, whatever conversation you would have with him, he would remember, and whenever you next saw him or spoke to him on email, he would take the conversation from there and ask you about that thing that you last spoke about. I remember when I was studying and I was considering whether I should do a master's, and I spoke to Gurudev about it, and he said, yes, you should do a master's in project management, because then you can use that skill set in service to Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON. So I decided to do the masters, and every month or so he would email and check how it was going. And I remember when he phoned to say congratulations, and I was always just blown away by how much care and attention he took with each of us to really encourage us in all our different aspects of life. When I was 21, I didn't have much experience at all in project management, but he asked me to organize the Malaga retreat that many of you have spoken about. And I tried to put some processes in place for organization, and even where there was some resistance for this, Gurudev always encouraged me, and he wanted everything to be like perfect, and everything had to be so organized, and to the degree that, you know, he said we should always make sure that everything is done in first class, even down to how we gift somebody a present. He said you shouldn't just gift something that can be disposed of afterwards, but rather it should be something that when it's used, that item, they can think that yes, this was gifted by this person, and every time you use it you remember them. I remember going to the Switzerland retreat, and I was quite young, and there was only a few of us young people there, and he would know, like if you weren't in class, he would know, and he would ask you if are you okay afterwards. And one day I'd hurt my back, and so I didn't go to class. So when he asked me, why did you not make it to class, I said, oh, Gurudev, I've hurt my back. And maybe for like the next whole week he checked 3 or 4 times, like, are you okay, do you need anything? And I was just like completely blown away that I'm just this one person at this whole retreat, but yet he realized that, you know, this one person wasn't in that one class. And to be honest, like, initially I found it hard to develop like a personal relationship with Srila Prabhupada, but at these retreats there would be this dedicated time period of the day after prasadam and before bedtime where Gurudev would speak about his memories with Srila Prabhupada, and each of us had to also share like what our interaction with Srila Prabhupada was, or how we connected with him. And that was really such a sweet part of the day, because it helped me to develop that relationship and to deepen it. And I'm sure that for many of us will feel the same when we think about those retreats. Recently, my service in London is corporate preaching, and Maharaj came to London to do a week of corporate preaching seminars. And again, like, everything about how he delivered the seminar appropriately for the audience, and how everything was organized, how he took so much care to talk to the guests, it was just incredible to watch. And he always encouraged his disciples to preach in all different aspects of life, and so he said, okay, this is where you're working, you should preach here. And he was kind of like proud of whichever direction we chose to do our service, but he was just so encouraging. And for Janmashtami we organize a live cooking area called Veggie Steady Cook. So he'd always send me every year like recipes to include in the booklet, and then he would come and visit whenever he could during Janmashtami. And his attention to detail was second to none. So a few years ago when he came on Janmashtami, he was looking at this recipe book, and he noticed that in the picture there was a tomato, but in the recipe details there wasn't tomatoes. And he knew within like 5 seconds that, oh, there's a tomato in the picture but not in the recipe. So that was his like attention to detail. It was really something else. And I mean, I think the reason why I'm going to miss him so much, his physical form, is because he was so personal. And so although I know the relationship continues, I'll really miss those emails, those personal interactions. But yeah, I feel fortunate to have had the memories that I do, and thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for sharing your realizations about His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami. I want to say something about Guru Maharaj, but before doing that, I would like to invite Rati Manjari Mataji to say something about Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for asking me to say something. Actually, I first saw Srila Bhakti Charu Swami in the late 80s when he came to Holland and Radhadesh, and he started to share his sweetness and his preaching with everyone. We were in quite a difficult time. Our leader and manager had left Krishna consciousness, or so it looked. He left his services, and there was a lot of chaos and lack of faith and disruption. And then came this nice Vaishnava, Srila Bhakti Charu Swami, a very good friend also of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami, who later became, mercifully, my Diksha Guru, reinitiating Guru. So they were very close. He came to Radhadesh in 1989, and together they gave a seminar, and we saw them in the Guru Pujas. They even came together to Amsterdam for Harinam. Yeah, and that was ecstatic. It was very nice. So Srila Bhakti Charu Swami, because I'm such a passionate person, he was like so transcendental to me and so sweet. Like I could barely keep up with him because he was so gentle and so peaceful and so pure. I could hardly listen to him because I was so passionate. But I could see that he was very sincere and very, qualified. Srila Prabhupada said to Tamal Krishna Goswami, become a jack of all trades and a master of one. So when we look at Srila Bhakti Charu Swami, we can see that he was a master of many trades. We already heard a lot about his Vaishnava qualities and personality. But yeah, he also was a cinematographer, a movie maker. He made this beautiful story, life story, biography of Srila Prabhupada. I think it's like, I don't know how many episodes, maybe 50, like really many. He went into all details to explain to the world and show us, because we are so distracted. We have to see the images that can kind of touch the heart easily. So this whole story, life story of Srila Prabhupada, was directed by him. And I thought, so much talent. And I remember, I still have it. I'm not going to get rid of it either. I have the CD with the songs of the movie, and they are so excellent. First class. We already heard it. I can only confirm it. Everything he did was first class. All his dealings, everything. And so I can imagine a little bit to lose such a great Vaishnava so suddenly, while practically it seemed like the whole Vaishnava world was praying for him to stay here, if Krishna so desired, and still he left. So some of you already expressed your grief, which is very understandable. In fact, it is beautiful. And as His Holiness, His Grace Bhanusevita Prabhu said, that it's a great gift actually, this service in separation. It's very difficult to appreciate this gift, but it's a great gift. It will help us, because it's going to happen to all of us eventually, if we are even fortunate to make the step, the commitment to have a guru and take initiation, start following the process. If we can find that, get that mercy, then one day we will have to leave the Vapu of our Guru Maharaj. And then some or other will have to continue. And it's beautiful that we have these programs. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. But after, we will go home, and you will have to deal with your own feelings, day after day, after year. And so many things can still happen. We don't know. So I want to share with you one thing that happened to me when I came to visit my dear Guru Dev, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami. I hadn't seen him. Oh my God, I think I know him. Anyhow, I didn't see him for 2 years, and I really missed Maharaj.
Salom,
I have a karma
salam,
with a certain
Hare
person.
Krishna.
No.
Shalom, shalom.
Thank you very much.
Ah,
Hare Krishna.
Gandhi.
Thank you.
Gandhi is the boss.
Yeah.
Ah.
So I didn't see him for 2 years, and then I came to visit him. I wrote to Tamakrishna Maharaj, I miss you so much. Please, can I come and see you in Cambridge? He was studying. So he invited me for 3 days. And I had to take care of myself in the day because Maharaj was studying. So I was wandering, doing japa with this hand, thank God, in Cambridge, very beautiful. And I went into this bookstore and I looked through the cards, just, wandering mind. And I found this very interesting poem. It was called Death is Nothing at All. Somehow or other I bought this card because I liked it. Then 1 year later, Maharaj got a car accident, seemingly, and he left this world very, very sudden. So it was a great pain. And I remembered that I had brought this card, and it's very beautiful, comforting words. And I'd like to read this poem to you, because I hope it can give you also some comfort. It's written by a so-called Karmi. His name is Henry Scott Holland. Here we go. Death is nothing at all. I have only slipped away to the next room. I am I, and you are you. Whatever we were to each other, that we still are. Call me by my old familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way which you always used. Put no difference into your tone. Wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed, at the little jokes we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me. Pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without effect, without the trace of a shadow on it. Life means all that it ever meant. It is the same that it ever was. There is absolute, unbroken continuity. Why should I be out of mind because I'm out of sight? I am but waiting for you, for an interval, somewhere, very near, just around the corner. All is well. Nothing is past, nothing is lost. One brief moment, and all will be as it was before, only better, infinitely happier. And forever, we will all be one together with Krishna. He says Christ, but I'll say Krishna. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for everything you did for us and what you tried to do for us, and which we were not able to appreciate. He even was our GBC for a while. But as far as I remember, he gave up because we were so unruly and we couldn't appreciate his leadership. So that is our great loss. We pray to you that you continue to give your mercy to the Dutch Yatra, the Belgium Yatra, the Benelux Yatra, to the whole world. Please, what we couldn't hear or couldn't do, please give it to us. Keep on giving, because we need your mercy and your guidance. And we also want to thank you so much for giving your great gift of all the murtis of the parampara that were manufactured in Ujjain under his guidance. He gifted this whole to the Amsterdam temple, and so that we know that you want us to get the mercy of the whole Guru Parampara. So please pray for us, and we will pray for you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, to say some very nice things about Guru Maharaj. Before I say something about Guru Maharaj, maybe somebody else want to say something about Guru Maharaj? Nobody, so that I will continue. Actually, I joined the ISKCON in 2009, and one of the reason how I came in the ISKCON is my mother was pushing me go to the temple, go to the Sri Ram temple in Rotterdam, and I was not interested in Karmakana and Hindu temples because it was so boring for me. Then she told me, okay, then you go to the ISKCON temple in Rotterdam. So I went there to the temple, but bad luck for me, the temple was closed. Because what happened, they closed the program, they changed the program from Sunday to Saturday. So then I was not happy that the temple was closed, so I went back home and I went to the website and I saw that they had a program with a sannyasi there. I never saw a sannyasi ever in my life, but I don't know why I was so attracted that the sannyasi came to the temple and I didn't see the sannyasi. So I thought, okay, then the next week I have to go to the temple for sure because I want to see a sannyasi in the temple. And yeah, it was on the 15th August 2009 that it was my first day to go to the temple. And yeah, the program was very nice. Everybody, they were doing Gaura Art, Guru Puja, Tulsi Puja. And I thought, oh, this temple is not boring. Everybody is singing together, everybody is chanting together. So I got very attracted by the temple. But there was no sannyasi who gave lecture. And actually my desire was fulfilled because Bhakti Charu Swami was the first sannyasi I met in my life, and he came to the Rotterdam temple. And the nice thing of this temple is that the name Oudreyadham is actually given by Bhakti Charu Swami. So that's why the name of this temple is Oudreyadham temple, because the Panchatattva deities, they are in this temple, and so Guru Maharaj he gave this name to this temple. And when Guru Maharaj came to the temple, as everybody knows, he gave a very nice lecture, and his kirtan is very sweet. So when I heard the lecture of Guru Maharaj and his nice kirtan, I was very attracted to Guru Maharaj. And Ranimata arranged something that he can give a present to everybody. So he gave the presents to Guru Maharaj, and Maharaj was handing out the presents to all the devotees. So I got a feeling to have Guru Maharaj as my guru. But as you know, Guru Maharaj is very strict when he gives initiation to his devotees. So it was very difficult for me to get initiation from Bhakti Charu Swami. And in that time, there was no recommendation. Nobody were recommended for initiation. I don't know why, but I think I have been waiting for two or 3 years. And one time I was doing Harinam in Rotterdam, and then Vishwarup Prabhu came to me because he also likes to do Harinam and especially Prasadam distribution. And after the Harinam, he came to me, and then he asked me, do you want to take initiation of Bhakti Charu Swami? I told him yes. I didn't think anything about it. I told him yes, I want to take initiation. Then he told me, okay, Guru Maharaj is coming to Holland, and he will have program in Boxtel, in the house of Brajendra Sutta Prabhu. And Maharaj came to his house, and I went there with Vishwarup Prabhu, and he recommended me to Guru Maharaj. I introduced myself, and I asked Guru Maharaj, do you accept me as disciple? And Maharaj he said immediately, yes, I accept you as my disciple. But he told me you have to wait 6 months, because after 6 months you can chant my pranam mantra, and you need to report me every month what you are doing, your spiritual activities. So and then I was reporting Maharaj every time, and many devotees were complaining that Guru Maharaj is not responding when they have questions. But I didn't have that experience, because every time I was sending my report to Guru Maharaj, he was always responding. And yes, as I've heard from other disciples, Maharaj was very strict with Vaishnava etiquettes. I also saw that in the retreats, because if Maharaj is holding a retreat, he was very strict. everything should be personally good organized. Prasadam should be very good. Accommodation should be very good. And Maharaj was also evaluating. So the etiquettes are very important for Guru Maharaj. He was very strict, and he was also very, very nice. I got my initiation in 2014 in Ujjain, and I noticed that Maharaj was very, very personal. Like the other devotees mentioned, like normally if a disciple goes to his Guru Maharaj, the disciple approached his Guru Maharaj and he asked Guru Maharaj some questions. But Guru Maharaj was so humble and so nice, he goes to everybody. And he was asking everybody how life is going. Do you have any problem? Can I help you? He was so he even came to me. So I was very surprised that Maharaj is coming to me, because he has so many disciples across the around the whole world. But he came to me. He was also asking me about how life is going, how my sadhana is. And yes, actually I'm very happy that I'm a disciple of Guru Maharaj. If I see in Holland, if I look at my god brothers, god families in Holland, they also do their best to spread the holy name. Like Prabhu, he used to have a Namahata in Nieuwegein. Narayani Mata, she is running a temple for many years. Sudri Priya Mata in Eindhoven, Shama Priya Mata in Friesland. So when I saw all these things, I was very inspired to have Bhakti Charu Swami as my Guru Maharaj, and I'm very happy to have Maharaj as my Guru Maharaj. And one thing I know for sure, Maharaj was very happy if his disciples could preach. He was mentioning that in Leicester, because I went to Leicester. There was a Krishna Balaram deity installation there, and there was a Vaishnava school was open there, the Avantika school. And Maharaj was elaborating that we should have Vaishnava schools everywhere, all over the world. So Maharaj was really focusing that we have to preach all his disciples. And one thing was very sad for me, because I had less association with Guru Maharaj. So I had somewhere a desire to serve Guru Maharaj, but I don't know how. Because I see a lot of devotees, they do Vapu Seva to Guru Maharaj. If Guru Maharaj comes, they cook for Guru Maharaj, or they give Maharaj a massage, or they drive Maharaj everywhere, or Maharaj can stay in their house. But I never got that opportunity. But I think by somehow or other Krishna arranged that. Because last time when we went to New Mayapur, then there was a discussion about collecting money for New Mayapur, because that is the second temple after Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan, where there are Krishna Balaram deities which were installed by Srila Prabhupada. And Maharaj was really elaborating how important this temple is for Europe. And Maharaj was very concerned that this temple needs financial support, and yes, the London devotees were very eager to support, and then I was questioning how are we going to help this temple. And so Guru Maharaj was looking to the devotees, and then he was looking at me, and then he told me, are you going to collect money from the Holland devotees? And I was surprised. Is Maharaj looking at me? And I told Maharaj, do you mean me? Maharaj told me, yes, you. And I told Maharaj immediately, yes, I will do the service. So Maharaj left this world, but it was also the last time I saw Guru Maharaj in a retreat. And it was in that last meeting that I could do something for Guru Maharaj. And I did my best to collect the money and send it to New Mayapur temple. So that gives me some satisfaction that I could do something for Guru Maharaj. But yeah, Maharaj also said, Vapu Seva is not the important thing, because Vapu Seva is important, but Vani Seva is more important. Because if devotees get attached to Vapu Seva, what happens sometimes, if the Guru Maharaj leaves, they also leave the movement, because they don't have any taste for Vani Seva. But even if you don't do Vapu Seva, but if you do Vani Seva, you always continue with your Seva. So I'm very happy that I can serve Guru Maharaj through Vani Seva. And one thing Maharaj also said, we should also always put Srila Prabhupada in the center. not him. Because actually, because of Srila Prabhupada, we could have a harmony in ISKCON. Because if we are going to focus on our own Guru Maharaj, then we will have war in ISKCON. Because everybody will focus on their own Guru Maharaj. So that's why the focus should be on Srila Prabhupada. And by this we can have cooperation with every devotee in ISKCON. And we should never leave ISKCON. So that is the important things what I share with you about Guru Maharaj. I want to read something about Guru Maharaj in short, because I know many people, many devotees sit here, and maybe they don't know who Bhakti Charu Swami is. So I got this information from my god brother. So I think it starts raining now.
Yeah.
So I will read it shortly. A brief look at Bhakti Charu Swami, life of devotion. Born in Bengal in 1945, Bhakti Charu Swami spent most of his early life in the city of Kolkata. In 1970, he left India to study chemistry in Germany, coming across Vedic literatures. While in Germany, he discovered the richness of India's spiritual heritage. In 1975, he returned to India to wholeheartedly pursue spiritual life. The Vedic scriptures, Maharaj became aware of the need to find a spiritual master who could lead him on a sound spiritual course. After traveling to the Himalayas and searching for 1 year without coming across a spiritual master to whom he could fully surrender, he felt despondent and disappointed. When he had almost given up hope, wait a moment. Yes. When he almost given up hope, he came across the book called The Nectar of Devotion by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Becoming engrossed in the book, he realized that he had found his spiritual master and the path he had been searching for. As he continued to read Srila Prabhupada's works, his conviction grew stronger, as did his desire to meet Srila Prabhupada, who was then preaching in the United States. In the late 1976, Bhakti Charu Swami joined the ISKCON temple in Mayapur, West Bengal, and he became more involved in devotional service to the Lord, all the while awaiting Srila Prabhupada return to India. When Srila Prabhupada returned to India, the first direct meeting between Guru and aspiring disciple finally took place in January 1977. During that meeting, Srila Prabhupada gave Bhakti Charu Swami the assignment of translating his books into Bengali and then made him his secretary for Indian affairs. Srila Prabhupada gave Maharaj first and second initiation simultaneously in Mayapur on Gaur Purnima 1977. 3 months later, Srila Prabhupada awarded him the renounced order of sannyas. All of his demonstrates a remarkable investment of authority and blessings from Srila Prabhupada to have occurred in such a short period of time. Maharaj traveled with and personally served Srila Prabhupada for the final year of Prabhupada's life. After Srila Prabhupada's departure from this world in 1977, Maharaj served Mayapur for several years while the society was going through a critical phase. In 1987, Bhakti Charu Swami became an initiating guru in ISKCON and joined the society governing body commission, serving as its chairman in 1988 and again in 2017. By 1995, Maharaj had translated into Bengali all of Srila Prabhupada's works on major Vedic literatures, consisting of more than 50 volumes of books including Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Nectar of Devotion, just as Srila Prabhupada had instructed him in the very first meeting. In 1996, Maharaj took on the man-made task of making a biographical video epic on the life of his spiritual master, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Entitled Abhay Charan, this video series was broadcast on national television in India and distributed globally on DVD. I also want to mention something about this video because some devotees from Holland were also involved in this video, like Krishna Karuna Prabhu, Amar Indra Prabhu, and they also financed Guru Maharaj a lot to make this serial. In 2014, at the invitation of the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Bhakti Charu Swami built a magnificent new ISKCON temple in just 10 months in Ujjain, the ancient and holy city also known as Avantika, and the place where Krishna and Balram went to school. The extraordinary marble temple features 3 large altars for the worship of Sri Sri Radha Madana Mohan, Sri Sri Krishna Balram, and Sri Sri Gauranitai, a goshala for cow protection, a midday meals facility for school children. Now they feed 10,000 school children every day. A rural program to spread Vedic culture to village people, and several outreach centers in Bhopal and Indore. Bhakti Charu Swami also served as the ISKCON governor for France and South Africa at a time when these sons were facing immense difficulties. Through perseverance, he was able to turn the situations in these locations around. In 2007, Maharaj began an altar production facility in Ujjain. The facility manufactures beautiful deity altars of all shapes and sizes for temples and devotees globally. As Rati Manjari Mata also already mentioned, one of these was donated to ISKCON Amsterdam. In 2013, Maharaj began development of a new ISKCON temple in Panihati, a very holy place in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, where Raghav Pandit had his home and Lord Nityananda held his chipped rice festival. In 2014, Maharaj established Arogya Niketan, a traditional and authentic Ayurvedic clinic in Ujjain. He also joined Artha Forum and began delivering keynote speeches globally on spirituality to large audiences of business leaders. Under his direction, the Ujjain ISKCON temple feeds more than 23,000 school children per day from its 6,000 square feet industrial kitchen. At one point, Maharaj also served as a chairman of an Amrita Foundation, ISKCON's midday meals program, which feeds over 1 million children across India every day. Bhakti Charu Swami has also served twice as a chairman of the GBC Executive Committee and was the GBC Zone Secretary for ISKCON in Mayapur, Kolkata, Ujjain, Bhubaneswar, Bangladesh, and Seattle. For decades, he traveled across India, US, UK, South Africa, the Middle East, and Australia, holding spiritual retreats and seminars and fulfilling Srila Prabhupada's instructions to him to spread the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Maharaj was also known for his beautifully melodic kirtans and his insightful classes on the Vedic scriptures. In 2016, Bhakti Charu Swami released his memoir, Ocean of Mercy. What you can see here, a search fulfilled in which he recollects his intimate interactions with Srila Prabhupada. The book describes how he developed a genuine love and dedication for Srila Prabhupada, who gave him a life of Krishna Bhakti. On November 17, 2016, the Institute of International Social Development, New York, a NGO in special consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations, awarded an accolade of Bhakti Charu Swami as a display of their gratitude for all the support he gave them on behalf of ISKCON in spreading the message of spirituality for a world peace and understanding between nations and civilizations. In 2018, Bhakti Charu Swami served his last term as chairman of the GBC, reminding all the senior leaders who served with him of his caring mood and selfless devotion to Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON society. And I want to conclude now with his last project, which is in Orlando, Florida. Last founded project in Deland, Orlando, Florida, USA. A beautiful community project with temple, goshala, yoga center, etc. So this is the last project of Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much. And now I want to conclude the glorification of Guru Maharaj. The next program is to do the Gaura Arti. So I was thinking, should we continue with the Gaura Arti because it is